That's the first third.
The views and opinions you hear on Talk Radio 680 WCBM and WCBM.com are not necessarily those of the owners, management, employers, and advertisers of WCBM.
Speak Your Mind is sponsored by Derek Stroman and Stroman Entertainment.
We'll get to them in a second.
This is Talk Radio 680 WCBM. Time now for Speak Your Mind. Here's your hosts, Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. And welcome to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM. Before we start the show, we would like to take a moment of silence in remembrance of the great radio host, Tom Marr. And our thoughts and prayers are going out to the family. And I am Jimmy Zane, and we have our super producer in the back, Ron Savage.
And I'm your host, Derek Stroman. And of course, across from me is the infamous P. Hill Gutter. How are you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Wait, he's white now.
Oh, yeah.
You mean to your left?
Yeah, I guess he is. He's to my left. He's to my left, officially, if you want to be technical.
And we got Dan the Man over there.
Yeah, of course.
I get that a lot, though.
Yeah, and I want to reach out to our sponsor now, Vino's Bar and Liquor Store. Okay, they're our newly acquired sponsor. We really appreciate them picking us up. I met with the owner just yesterday evening. It was great. He's a great gentleman. He's got a fabulous establishment over there, and I'm going to look forward to this. And let's tell you a little bit about Vino's Bar and Liquor Store. It's open 7 days a week in the morning from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. That includes holidays. Vino's Bar and Liquor Store is located off of Exit 40 on 695. The address is 3811 Old North Point Road in Dundalk, Maryland. If you're on 695 and you're headed toward the Key Bridge, make a right on exit 40. Cross the light, and Vino's will be on your left-hand side. Now, if you're headed towards Towson on 695, take exit 40, come to the stop sign and make a left, and Vino's is on your left-hand side. Again, the address is 3811 Old North Point Road in Dundalk, Maryland. And you can also call Vino's at 410-477-1120. Again, that number is 410-477-1120. They have a huge selection of fine wines and liquors. So why pay more at Vino's Bar and Liquor Store?
Yeah, I love that place. I tell you, that's a great place. They're one of the few places that still carry a good, high selection of boxed wine. And to me, I think they're cheaper than everybody else. They're really good.
Yeah, I actually took some pictures in there, shot some video. Expect a commercial coming up here real soon. But we don't want to waste any more time. This show is predicated to the callers. I'm going to start with you, Jimmy Zane. What is on your mind?
Well, I tell you, and I'm going to say this to everyone and everyone who's listening. I'm going to say 4 words that can save your life. With all the shootings that we've had with the police and the citizens and everything like that, 4 words. First, comply. Then, first comply, right? Then complain. That's the 4 words. Comply first, complain later. That's real simple. It's real simple. There's just too much going on. Even if you feel like you're being unlawfully arrested or unlawfully, just comply. Complain later. You'll save your life.
Yeah, that's a good word of advice. Well, we're going to go straight to our callers right now. Let's take caller on line 1 here, Allison in Beltsville. Let's go ahead and take caller on line 1.
Go ahead, Allison. You got 60 seconds. Speak your mind.
60 seconds.
Oh, for Dustin, Phoenix didn't even make me smile. She sounded more like a rant than actually comedy.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
I wanted to vote for Dustin. Phoenix just didn't even make me smile. It just sounded like a rant instead of actual comedy.
All right, so that's one for Dustin so far.
One for Dustin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your call.
All right. All right, who we got? We got another caller on there?
Okay, let's go to our second caller on line 2. It doesn't have a name there, so I don't know who this is.
Hey.
Go
Hello?
ahead, caller. You
Go
got
ahead,
60
caller.
seconds. Speak your mind.
Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Hey, Derek, this is Reddy, bro.
Hey, Reddy, how you doing, man? Dang, long time no hear.
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. It's great to hear your voice. I was wondering when you were going to call in. How you been?
Well, I made up my mind I was going to do that today, but, man, I need more than 60 seconds for that.
We've been getting that a lot, actually. We've been getting that a lot. We're working on that in due time. Did you have a point or something that you would like to bring to the WCBM listeners?
I was hoping I could say a story, but I guess it'll have to be in bits and pieces for every 30 seconds.
Well, go ahead. At least start with it. Maybe we can pick up later on. There's a lot of hot things going on right now. People are in uproar about certain things that are taking place. I don't know if you heard last weekend show. We had Phoenix and Dustin do their kind of battle, which is called Stroman's Comedy Kung Fu. So I don't know if you heard, if you were listening in on last week's show. So. There's a couple things you could talk about, but we got to keep it brief for right now. Ready?
Right. No, I want to ask my buddy Derek Hill. Hey, brother, listen. I want to go call Chrissy and ask her if she loves me. Can you do that for me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, your fiance, Chrissy, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it is.
He said it.
That's right. This is what I was telling you guys about, and we're going to pick up with this later on, WCBM listeners. There's a very unique situation going on with Reddy and this female that he just mentioned by the name of Chrissy.
And I'm Dr. Phil.
It's going to be intriguing to follow this story along as it progresses. Reddy, are you going to be? Are you sure you're ready to take on this challenge? Reddy? Okay, so we lost Reddy, but we'll have Reddy back on next week's show. Let's go to line 3, the caller, Christopher.
Hey, Chris, you're on Speak Your Mind. You got 60 seconds, brother. What's on your mind? That's not. I'm sorry, I just let the table what I had to.
So did we lose Christopher?
Make a call. Please
I think we lost Chris.
We lost Christopher. So yeah, that was unexpected, but. It's good for the show. You guys are gonna love this story going on with Reddy. I can't wait for that to really take off. But so what we can do is we can just pick up with pretty much your topic, Jimmy. Let's go ahead and follow up on what you were saying. So how's that saying go again?
It's comply first, complain later. And the reason why I say this. After seeing the video now, again, a lot of people jump to conclusions. We really do not fully understand the situations that occurred with these shootings. Mm-hmm. And being in former law enforcement, I'm not taking sides, but the thing is, if you are lawfully carrying a handgun and you're being pulled over, the thing that you want to do is place your hands on that steering wheel. And when the officer approaches you and says license registration, you need to be like, I'm giving you a professional courtesy, officer, to let you know that I am armed and I'm licensed to carry. And then the officer usually will follow procedure with that and then handle it in the situation without anyone getting hurt. As far as the second shooting goes, I could never personally just shoot somebody as they're laying on their back. But apparently what happened was that call was a 911 call that he was armed with a gun. Apparently he failed to comply with orders, tussled with the officers. As you can see, the body camera came off during the tussle. Whether he told the officers he's not armed or not, he didn't comply. And if the officers were in fear for their life, when he pulled his hands out, they could have a gun. That's why they shot. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people jump to conclusions until we actually hear the full story and are able to review that body cam and what was being said. It's really hard to actually comment on the situation. And as far as the 5 officers being killed because of that shooting, apparently that guy had motive. They went to his house, they found explosives. So that's a whole bad situation. It's just a bad situation. There's too much violence today. We're seeing more violence today than we ever have. And the problem is, I honestly and strongly believe that the media plays a huge part of this. So,
well, it does, but I think what people are in an uproar about is this racial profiling. I mean, these kind of incidences are going to happen. They happen. They've happened in the past. Okay. It won't be the last time it happens, unfortunately. As much as we want to reduce these incidences, is it related to racial profiling? Do you think that, if you're a black gentleman or an African American gentleman, you're being profiled because of your skin color? Do you think that these cops are just classifying you because of your skin color?
Some officers could, they do racial profile, but when you get a 911 call, and here's what people have to understand: you get a 911 call. The 911 operator says, "What's the emergency?" You have a person armed with a gun. Can you give me the description of the person? It's a black male or African American male. Here's what he's wearing. Mm-hmm. So the officer's not going out there to racial profile the person. He's going out there to converse with the person that was described in the 911 call. As far as the other gentleman who was shot and killed while driving, he was in his vehicle, who was licensed. The sad thing about that is, he was an employee of a school. He was probably one of the ones that is armed in the school to protect the children in case there's a shooter. Who knows why he was licensed to carry? But some officers, they might racial profile. There's no doubt about it, I'm sure. And a lot of people, when I hear, well, they're targeting, blacks, it kind of bothers me when I hear that, because majority of the certain parts of the city are majority African American. Mm-hmm. So if you see somebody doing something suspicious, you're going to approach them. Now, if I approach you and you've done nothing, hey, come here. Hey, I need to talk to you. You don't have to come and talk to me. You have a right to turn away because you've done nothing wrong. There is no lawful purpose for stopping that person. And the thing is, you have a right to walk away from that officer unless he has a lawful purpose for stopping you. Then you do not have to comply because it's not a lawful order. That's just how it is. So
do you think that the officers are mistreating people when their presentation, how they're treating you? Do you think that people are feeling mistreated upon the first meeting with the officers?
Yeah, I think some officers take that badge and that uniform to a different level, especially rookies, especially ones that just came on. They want that, So I do believe some do, but a lot of the majority of your officers who are senior officers who have been on for a good period are not like that. They're good officers, and people are like, well, why is it that they are the way they are? Yeah.
Well, why don't you go ahead and take us on out to commercial break? We'll continue this conversation when we come back.
Well, thanks for listening. This is Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Derek Stroman from the new talk show called Speak Your Mind. I have a great show lined up for you with my co-host Jimmy Zane and my featured guest host P. Hill Gutter in his segment called A Moment of Realness. On Speak Your Mind, we're asking you to do just that. I have a wonderful lineup of comedians, skits, and just a ton of interesting topics to keep listeners interested in our show. We'll have trivia questions, prize giveaways, gift certificates, and so much more. Speak Your Mind is backed by my company called Stroman Entertainment, which showcases a whole slew of entertainment, from comedy to music bands, murder mystery to drag queen shows, and also available to hire for private parties, weddings, and so on. This is not just entertainment, this is Stroman Entertainment. Log on to my website, StromanEntertainment.com. Remember to listen to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM, Saturdays, midnight to 1 a.m.
Do you have anxiety about going to the dentist? A lot of people do. Call Dr. Myron Kellner of the Smile Design Center. Dr. Kellner does conscious sedation with the little blue pill, which is good for patients who have fear or anxiety about having dentistry done. You'll have little or no memory of the experience. Smile Design Center is your one-stop dental office. They do almost all dental procedures, including fillings, cleanings, extractions, implants, dentures, root canal therapy, and teeth whitening without sending you anywhere else. Also, cosmetic dentistry is their special focus. Dr. Kellner has produced thousands of amazing smile transformations without surgery, including several of the Ravens. Hall of Famer Jonathan Ogden is one of them. Call Dr. Myron Kellner today at the Smile Design Center, 410-321-1100. That's 410-321-1100. Smile Design is conveniently located in Lutherville. Have that great smile that you've always wanted at the Smile Design Center. Call 410-321-1100.
Hi, I'm Derek Stroman from the new talk show called Speak Your Mind. I have a great show lined up for you with my co-host Jimmy Zane and my featured guest host P. Hill Gutter in his segment called A Moment of Realness. On Speak Your Mind, we're asking you to do just that. I have a wonderful lineup of comedians, skits, and just a ton of interesting topics to keep listeners interested in our show. We'll have trivia questions, prize giveaways, gift certificates, and so much more. Speak Your Mind is backed by my company called Stroman Entertainment, which showcases a whole slew of entertainment, from comedy to music bands, murder mystery to drag queen shows, and also available to hire for private parties, weddings, and so on. This is not just entertainment, this is Stroman Entertainment. Log on to my website, StromanEntertainment.com. Remember to listen to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM, Saturdays, midnight to 1 a.m.
The brand new WCBM website is up and running. There's more content, more videos, more ways to reach out than ever before at WCBM.com. An easy toolbar will guide you through the various sites. Check out the entertainment page and make your plans. What contest is WCBM doing? Listen online live to your favorite show or hear a recorded podcast if you missed your program. Don't forget the WCBM store for your favorite shirt, mug, discount restaurant passes, and the WCBM bookstore. All this and so much more at the all-new WCBM.com website. And now more of Speak Your Mind with Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Talk Radio. Mic's not working. We're on air. Yeah, this mic's not on. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. We got technical difficulties.
We're back from break, and we left off. We were talking about police officers pulling citizens over. Are they being treated properly? Are the police getting a little trigger happy out there as far as suspecting an incident to happen when it should just be a basic traffic stop? You have a light out. I mean, first of all, what are you even being pulled over for? What's the reason behind it?
There's so many things. Law enforcement officers do find a reason to stop a vehicle. If your light's out, it's probable cause to stop a vehicle. Mm-hmm. Okay, but in order to search your vehicle or anything like that, they have to have probable cause, reasonable suspicion that there's something that is illegal going on. And a lot of people were commenting about the fact that, these officers are approaching an aggressive manner. Okay, it's one thing to approach in an aggressive manner, and I hate to say this, but trying to approach somebody, you get a 911 call. For instance, them Hartford County deputy sheriffs, they got the call. They went there. They tried to talk to the subject. The subject was, not all there apparently,
compliant.
And he wasn't compliant at all. And what happened? We lost 2 Hartford County deputies. They were shot and killed. And if they would have been more aggressive, maybe they'd still be alive. So, and nobody understands that when you're stopping someone, whether it be a vehicle or a person of interest or somebody who's being described in a 911 call, there's no such thing as a routine stop. Any minute it could go wrong, and someone can lose a life. It's sad when someone loses a life, yes, but as far as officer safety goes, they got to do what they can do to make sure that they're going home to their families at night.
Well, let's go back to the phone lines and, see what some of the listeners of this show and the station think about what we're talking about right now. We have Charlie in Waldorf on line 1.
Charlie, you're on Speak Your Mind. You got 60 seconds, brother. What's on your mind?
Hey, man, I just wanted to call and talk about how Dustin totally won the Comedy Kung Fu segment, man.
That's 2 for Dustin.
That's another one for Dustin.
And also, if you guys want to go out there and speak your mind, again, the phone number here is 410-922-6680. That's 410-WCBM-680.
Thanks for the call, Charlie. We're going to take another call here. Line 3, we have Cricket in Brooklyn Park.
Cricket. Let me hear the voice. I think I know who this is. You there? Cricket? Oh, man.
Cricket, are you there? So we lost Cricket.
Oh,
Cricket,
man.
Feel free to call back in. Sorry if we kept you on hold too long.
I think that's Trish. Trish Cricket. She's part of the Killjoy Radio group.
Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep the show moving along. We're going to pick it up a little bit here. We are going to go to P. Hill Gutter and his A Moment of Realness. P. Hill, you've been quiet so far. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, yeah. A lot is going on. Definitely. A lot is going on. But first and foremost, I want to start off by saying R.I.P. to Tom Marr, WCBM legend. Absolutely. And secondly, let's get into it. I want to touch point on a lot of the issues going on to my listeners out there. Keep in mind that this jewel that I'm about to drop on you, you really need to take heed of. Firstly, power without a moment of self-realization bears the seed of self-destruction. Always remember that. Always remember that. When you have the power to educate and to change the minds of the upcoming generations who, hold our future at stake. We're responsible for that.
Sure.
Right.
We're definitely responsible for that. There's always going to be a lot of things that can cause distractions, which takes our minds completely off of, the main focus of things that are going on right now that definitely can be changed. We have the power to change it.
I agree.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? The people actually have to want to change it. So again, there you have it. I feel as though that's my moment of realness right there.
I think
without the humor.
I think as adults, it is our job to educate and to mold the younger generation. And I feel a lot of adults, we're failing at that. Now, we're good parents, but there's some adults out there that don't care, don't ask questions, and their kids running around at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but it's been like that since the 40s. Think about it.
Yeah, but today's generation's different, though. I mean, in my generation and when I was growing up, we sat down, ate as a family, and when them street lights came on, we came home.
Okay.
Now today, I still follow that. I mean, my kids, we all sit down as a family, we eat dinner.
Okay.
And you better be back in that house before that sun goes down.
Right. I agree. Now, as we tie that into the I apologize, listeners. We're going to take a break and
go ahead, Jimmy. Take us on out. We will pick up this conversation right where we left off as soon as we come back from the break.
You're listening to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM. We'll be right back. Overnight, as the cold front will puch off to our east, we're mostly clear in wake of that cold front. Low 68 degrees with a breezy west-northwest wind. Lots of sunshine for your Sunday. A pleasant way to round out the weekend. High 87 with a west-northwest wind. 10 to 20 miles an hour. Those winds shift to the north and decrease Sunday night under a clear sky. Low 64. I'm Todd Bort, the Weather Channel for Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Hi, I'm Derek Stroman from the new talk show called Speak Your Mind. I have a great show lined up for you with my co-host Jimmy Zane and my featured guest host P. Hill Gutter in his segment called A Moment of Realness. On Speak Your Mind, we're asking you to do just that. I have a wonderful lineup of comedians, skits, and just a ton of interesting topics to keep listeners interested in our show. We'll have trivia questions, prize giveaways, gift certificates, and so much more. Speak Your Mind is backed by my company called Stroman Entertainment, which showcases a whole slew of entertainment, from comedy to music bands, murder mystery to drag queen shows, and also available to hire for private parties, weddings, and so on. This is not just entertainment, this is Stroman Entertainment. Log on to my website, StromanEntertainment.com. Remember to listen to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM, Saturdays, midnight to 1 a.m.
If you need a place for your business clients or out-of-town guests to stay, the Hampton Inn, Owings Mills, is the perfect accommodation. The Hampton Inn is conveniently located close to the heart of Baltimore. Enjoy the comforts of home and friendly service at the Hampton Inn, Owings Mills. Start your day with Hampton's free hot breakfast, served daily. Even if you're in a rush, don't miss the most important meal of the day. On your way out, simply grab one of the free Hampton On the Run breakfast bags. Available Monday to Friday. Ask their knowledgeable team members for restaurant recommendations for lunch or dinner. The Hampton Inn provides rooms with a clean and fresh Hampton bed and free high-speed internet access. There's a 24-hour accessible business center, heated indoor swimming pool, and access to the fitness center. A true value from your friends at the Hampton Inn, Owings Mills. Book your reservations now at hampton.com or simply call 410-654-2780.
Hi, I'm Derek Stroman from the new talk show called Speak Your Mind. I have a great show lined up for you with my co-host Jimmy Zane and my featured guest host P. Hill Gutter in his segment called A Moment of Realness. On Speak Your Mind, we're asking you to do just that. I have a wonderful lineup of comedians, skits, and just a ton of interesting topics to keep listeners interested in our show. We'll have trivia questions, prize giveaways, gift certificates, and so much more. Speak Your Mind is backed by my company called Stroman Entertainment, which showcases a whole slew of entertainment, from comedy to music bands, murder mystery to drag queen shows, and also available to hire for private parties, weddings, and so on. This is not just entertainment, this is Stroman Entertainment. Log on to my website, StromanEntertainment.com. Remember to listen to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM, Saturdays, midnight to 1 a.m.
Visit the WCBM website, WCBM.com, and take a look at the WCBM store for unique gifts like caps, shirts, and discounted restaurant cards. They're perfect for that special occasion. There's even the WCBM Restaurant Club that includes Mount Washington Tavern, Carlo's Italian Bistro, the Corner Stable, and Stone's Cove. A $135 value, now just $65 for all 4 restaurants. Call 410-580-5231 and ask for Mike for more information. To place your order, call 410-580-5231. Now more of Speak Your Mind with Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Yeah, all right. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM. And we got P. Hill, you were talking before we had to go to a break. Go ahead and finish that up, buddy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that for the most part, as far as when it comes to, from generation to generation, we've been trying to wake each other up from the 40s up until now. I've always been, stern when it comes to the, it may sound a little cliche, but the teaching of, young man for war, old man for counsel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's true.
We've been distracted too much. We've been distracted too much. Like it or not, I'm all humor aside, in this moment of realness segment, for the simple fact we're being distracted by, we're following the trends just to become socially accepted.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Understand? You know what I'm saying? Yes. And that's distracting us way too much rather than, what's more distracting, a model in a thong or Saddam Hussein with a bomb, with a nuke?
Well, I'll tell you
right now.
What's more
distracting?
I mean,
what's being pushed a lot more than what's more important.
Well, that depends how much liquor I drank from Vito's Liquors.
Well, look, guys.
Let's just hope it was box wine.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of our callers would like to touch on what you're talking about, Phil, in your moment of realness. So let's go ahead and take Claude in Arbutus on line 2.
Claude, you're on Speak Your Mind. You got roughly 60 seconds. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm not going to cuss you this time.
Thanks, Claude.
I apologize, guys.
Thank you.
But Jimmy, you know, we worked out here in this nonsense, and you get tired of it. But anyway, the 5 cops that died, they died for Black Lives Matter because they saved those black people when the man started shooting. He pushed them out of the way. So Black lives do matter.
I don't know all about what happened, but apparently the hostage negotiator spoke to him before he was dispatched, and he claimed that he wanted to kill white people. He wanted to kill white officers, and apparently he had a motive prior to this. They found explosives in his house.
Right.
So the thing is, they died protecting the citizens of Dallas, of Texas. Yeah. So.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we've up there. We've been public service. We've protected people. Hey, Jimmy's scared of bats, though, people. I want you to know that. A bat got in the lady's house, and Jimmy was running on the floor, and I was running on the floor. It was a hell of a mess that day. Tell him, Jimmy.
Okay, they were vampire bats, Claude.
I know, but I'm saying...
Haven't heard this story yet, Jimmy.
That one was scared to death.
I ran down the stairs. I'm not going to lie. That thing was flying all over the place, man. I just ran at it. I don't like bats. It's the third run-in I've had with bats. So...
Well, there's a bat in the house.
Yeah, there was a bat in the house, that's for sure. Hey, Claude, thanks a lot for the call, man. We're going to move on to the next caller.
Hey, Claude, call us back, okay, man?
Thanks for listening, buddy. And we got, who is it? You said Michelle or Jennifer?
Well, yeah, we have. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. Let's go ahead. Melanie in Baltimore, can you hold? Can you continue to hold for 1 second here? We're going to take caller number 1, Jennifer in Parkville.
Hey, Jennifer, you're on Speak Your Mind.
Hi, I just wanted to vote for Phoenix.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. We got one for Phoenix. About time.
Ding, ding, ding. One for Phoenix. Okay.
Oh, you single ladies?
Phoenix, if you listening, right, you got one. Okay.
Cool. So now let's go ahead and take caller 3 here, Melanie in Baltimore.
Melanie in Baltimore, you want to speak your mind? You got 60 seconds. What's on your mind?
Hey, Mels.
Hi. I wanted to say that there's always been police brutality. In the 40s, it was against the gangsters.
Amen.
Yeah, that's true.
The hippies, and now it's against. Now this is what's happening: is that if you look at it really closely with research, you see that really the police brutality is up against the lower economic class.
True.
Amen.
You're poor, white or black, and if you're in an inner city and you're coming cross paths with the police, you're going to invariably come up against a couple of bad cops who
That's correct.
will be brutal. Because just because you put on a uniform doesn't mean 100% of you are going to be good. There's always
That's true.
Amen.
Well, I got a question for you, Melanie. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel that that the law enforcement today, police officers today, target not just black people, but they target people in the low-income area because statistically showing the lower-income area is a high crime rate? Do you think they target the certain areas?
It's not real. The terminology is it's not that they target. It's just that the lower economic classes come up against the police. They cross paths with the police more often, and then you're going to be a victim of the police brutality. Because if you look at the payouts by the city have paid out. Baltimore City, for example, they paid out millions of dollars in cases from police brutality. But if you look at it, it's equally black and white. There was a white girl who was smashed to the ground. Her face, she was a model. Her face was destroyed because a cop just smashed her to the ground. They are brutal. You know, the thing is that these marches and these rallies do no good. I'm wondering, why doesn't the black community ever come up with some... They have to have solutions to this, because what they did to Freddie Gray and to the guy who was laying on the ground saying he couldn't breathe, this is wrong. You know, us taxpayers, besides the fact that it's inhuman, the taxpayers pay for this. Millions of dollars worth of settlements are real estate.
That's true.
That's true.
I agree with you, Melanie. I just think that once you
thanks for the call, Melanie. That was good points.
Once you've been subdued, handcuffed, there is no need to be that physical with you no longer.
Agree.
If you're outnumbered, it's one guy, one gal, like you said. That they should not use the excessive force that you might need to use.
Exactly.
I agree.
On
totally
somebody
agree.
that is not.
Exactly. Now
that's
that really, as far as for anybody to play the race card, I think it's pointless. Now, me personally, I really feel as though I will always disagree with excessive force.
Yes.
Period.
There's no need for it.
Reason for it.
I agree.
If I'm But see, this is reason why, a lot of viewers that actually seen the footage from multiple videos of excessive force, they have the right to their opinion, but the first thing they go for is based off of what they see predominantly in that situation. But how I look at it is excessive force. Well, there's no reason for it. That's always been the case. You know what I'm saying? A man could lose his life. If you got two guys that are well over 200 pounds putting their knees in your vertebrae, in your spinal, on your spine,
I tell you who I felt bad for.
What's the outcome for that?
The New York police. I felt bad for that one guy that was killed who was chokehold. There's no need for that. That guy died. He couldn't breathe. I felt so bad for him.
Tell me this: when they get the call, and like you've said, Jimmy, a lot of times the call it comes with a lot of description of what's going on.
Correct.
Are they getting medical reports on these individuals?
What do you mean prior to the incident?
They will, but
come on, exactly.
No, when they show up, they don't know. Right.
My point is, you don't know what kind of physical conditions.
That's correct.
That these individuals may have. So it could be somebody, like you said,
special needs,
weak vertebrae, slow mental state.
Right.
Anything could be going on other than the general stuff, impaired, under the consumption of alcohol or drugs or something like that. Other than the basic things, you have no medical history on the so-called suspect or whoever it is that you're actually pulling over or you have in custody.
Right. So with that being said, a lot of officers that choose to take that oath and bear the badge before they go through that process, a lot of them, I feel as though before they actually get out in the field, need to have a psychiatric or psychological evaluation.
Well, officers do. You have to go. You do when you go in the police department. You do go through a psychological testing
weekly.
You can't do that. You can't.
Okay.
It's not cost effective. I mean, you can't sit there and say that this officer's fine this week and then turn around and declare I'm not one week because
but we don't know. And then when you look at it though, a lot of the excessive force, where does it come from?
Well, let's take
overzealous officers.
Gents, great stuff. But let's take a caller here.
All right,
no doubt.
We've got Joan in Perry Hall. Let's see what Joan's got to say.
Joan, you're on Speak Your Mind. Go ahead, Joan.
And thanks for holding.
Joan, you there?
Did we lose Joan?
I think we lost Joan. Joan, call back if you can. The number again is 410-922-6680.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take Rob in Hamden.
Rob.
Hello, gentlemen. Make this real quick.
Sure.
This is going back just a few years ago, but I'm an old white-haired guy.
Hey, you're young at heart, brother. You're young at heart.
Now, you ready for this?
Go for it.
I was stopped by a cop across the street from my house before I could even get out of my truck. And the reason why I was stopped, to set this up real quick, a couple of kids had stolen some yuppie's bicycle. And then the next thing you saw, you see the yuppie running down the street with the bottle of wine, chasing these guys with a bike. I'm not making this up. I honest to God. But anyway, I'm sitting in the car. I'm getting ready to get out of my old pickup truck. But the reason why I was stopped, I'll never forget this. The cop who, I don't know, he's a young guy, whatever. But he said to the people back at the ranch, on the phone or whatever, that the reason that I was stopped basically was because of what I was driving. Because a lot of these kind of people, they drive these kind of trucks that go around and steal things out of these yards. And I thought to myself,
oh boy,
I am old.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you could have been the guy stealing copper.
A bicycle?
A bicycle.
This was unbelievable.
This happened.
And I thought to myself, but it was the first time, serious gentlemen, the first time I really, really felt, I could feel what black people felt like being stopped.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes,
wow.
Okay. And this happened in Hamden, Rob? This happened?
That's me. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Rob, I tell you, man, thanks for listening to us and thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate that very much. That's good stuff.
I appreciate you all. And God rest old Tom Marr. I used to fight with him all the time when I belonged to ACT UP. He used to fight with us all the time. It was wonderful.
We really appreciate the call.
Hey, thanks
Rob.
a lot, Rob. Bless you, buddy.
Take it easy.
Take it
sir.
easy now.
Bye.
See ya.
That was funny because of the
right.
He's like, now I know what black people feel like.
Man.
Well, and these type of incidences happen a lot. It's all about people like Rob that call in and they express stories. The lady Melanie. What about all the incidences that have taken place that news didn't cover? Things that happen to friends of yours, somebody close to you. It's only certain cases and certain incidences that get all the media's attention.
Agreed. Now, keep in mind, sometimes in situations like that, a lot of people in Rob's shoes felt as though some of them may have felt as though that it wasn't really worth reporting because, sometimes they may become complacent with those type of scenarios saying, well, maybe it was something I did. Like, are you serious? I was on a Schwinn.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second. You were on a Schwinn?
No, hypothetically.
I was going to say, because a black guy on a Schwinn, it's got to be stolen. It's got to be. It's not a BMX. It's a Schwinn.
No, buddy. I'm saying most of us brothers, we don't ride Schwinns.
Right.
It'd be like a mongoose or a BMX or something like that.
With the pegs on it.
With the pegs on it. Yeah. With the kit, the duck neck, and yeah.
A black guy on a Schwinn with mags.
What? That's an insult.
Rolling on
Schwinn? Like, man,
rolling on 20.
Like Lance Armstrong, man. Get out of here, man. He would definitely have to get the.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Right, the GTFOH award for real.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's funny.
They don't make trophies for that. They don't make awards for that. Only trophies.
You're right, only trophies. That's funny. We got another caller?
Yeah, call us.
Actually, we don't have anybody on hold right now.
Wow.
I just want to remind everybody out there to call in for who you thought was the funniest from last week's Stroman Comedy Kung Fu segment.
And we got what, one for Phoenix and how many for Dustin?
It's actually two.
Oh, two for Phoenix.
Two for Dustin.
Oh, two for Dustin, one for Phoenix.
And one for Phoenix. So right now, Dustin has the lead by one caller.
I think that's probably, not to cut you off, bro, I think that's probably because...
Hey, Phil, go into the bathroom and call the show and vote.
No, I'm not taking anything away from Dustin. He had a good set.
Yeah, he did.
He did. But the thing is, Phoenix did not have a chance to reply.
That's true.
That's what I noticed.
She did not have.
All right. Hey, guys, just to let you know, the lines are open. You can call 410-922-6680. Speak your mind, please.
We see you.
Yes, we are listening.
And this goes out to a lot of comedians out there, comedians that I know, comedians that I don't know. I will be hunting you down to be a part of this segment. So, each week the topic changes. As you can see, it seems to be a little difficult to come up with a bona fide winner because, we need you guys. The show's called Speak Your Mind. We need you guys to call in, tell us what's on your mind, because our motto here is we care what's on your mind. And so far we've proven that, but we need you people out there to reach out, all you WCBM listeners, to reach out to us. Be a part of the show. Call up. The phone lines are open right now. I'm waiting for calls. I still need, before the end of this show, to find out who is the winner of last week's Stroman Comedy Kung Fu segment. Okay? So before we go to break, I also want to thank our sponsor again, Vino's Bar and Liquor Store. Again, they're open 7 days a week. From 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. And I'm going to turn it over to Jimmy Zane. Jimmy Zane, why don't you take us on out here, man?
Sure, not a problem. Hey, guys, you are listening to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM. We will be right back.
Right back.
Hi, I'm Derek Stroman from the new talk show called Speak Your Mind. I have a great show lined up for you with my co-host Jimmy Zane and my featured guest host P. Hill Gutter in his segment called A Moment of Realness. On Speak Your Mind, we're asking you to do just that. I have a wonderful lineup of comedians, skits, and just a ton of interesting topics to keep listeners interested in our show. We'll have trivia questions, prize giveaways, gift certificates, and so much more. Speak Your Mind is backed by my company called Stroman Entertainment, which showcases a whole slew of entertainment, from comedy to music bands, murder mystery to drag queen shows, and also available to hire for private parties, weddings, and so on. This is not just entertainment, this is Stroman Entertainment. Log on to my website, stromanentertainment.com. Remember to listen to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio 680 WCBM, Saturday, midnight to 1 a.m.
Do you have anxiety about going to the dentist? A lot of people do. Call Dr. Myron Kellner of the Smile Design Center. Dr. Kellner does conscious sedation with the little blue pill, which is good for patients who have fear or anxiety about having dentistry done. You'll have little or no memory of the experience. Smile Design Center is your one-stop dental office. They do almost all dental procedures, including fillings, cleanings, extractions, implants, dentures, root canal therapy, and teeth whitening without sending you anywhere else. Also, cosmetic dentistry is their special focus. Dr. Kellner has produced thousands of amazing smile transformations without surgery, including several of the Ravens. Hall of Famer Jonathan Ogden is one of them. Call Dr. Myron Kellner today at the Smile Design Center, 410-321-1100. That's 410-321-1100. Smile Design is conveniently located in Lutherville. Have that great smile that you've always wanted at the Smile Design Center. Call 410-321-1100.
And now more of Speak Your Mind with Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Hey, welcome back to Talk Radio 680 WCBM, and we got Leah on the phone. Leah, welcome to Speak Your Mind, baby. You got 60 seconds. What's up?
I want to vote for Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix.
Okay.
Thanks,
Right.
thanks, Leah.
Thank you, Leah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Leah in Baltimore. Appreciate the call.
Princess Leah.
Thank you for your vote.
You're welcome.
That's
You
my
guys got a
daughter's
great
name.
Show.
Thanks.
That's your daughter's name.
Yes, my
Princess
daughter's name.
Leia. There we go.
Princess Leia. Yeah. Well, yeah. Leia.
Hey guys,
Leia,
the phone lines are still open. It's 410-922-6668 if you guys want to call in real quick and speak your mind. But I got a question for you guys.
Yes.
What's up?
It might be a little disgusting, but I just got to know.
Oh man.
When you guys use a public bathroom and you got to do the number 2, and there's
man.
somebody else in there, do you try to be real quiet, or do you just like let it all out?
Oh man.
Nah,
We've all been there before.
I'm saying really, it's an old trick though.
What, you got a butt filter?
Nah. Even though that would suffice, like that would be nice to have it, but I just flush the toilet at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't work there, man, because it gives that echo, that vibe.
No,
no. Oh, it works.
Oh, it works.
The reason why I asked you,
it depends on the suction, on how much suction that you.
Well, the reason why I asked you is because the other day I was at a restaurant, I was washing my hands, and I hear the guy in the stall, and you can tell he's trying to wait till somebody leaves,
right?
But he couldn't, and it just like sounded like an explosion. And as I'm walking out the door, the guy goes, "Hey man, I'm real sorry about that. Why are you going to apologize to me? That's what the bathroom's for."
Right.
So I thought to myself, is he the only one that does that? Or?
No, let me tell you my pet peeve. I'm glad you brought that up. And you caught me off guard with that. But you actually touched on something that I have a pet peeve about. And that's what I don't like, and be honest, listeners, okay, WCBM listeners, I know the demographics is the range is wide.
Yeah, you can call them for this too. If you
I
want.
know the range is wide, but I think this is something I don't care how old you are, we can all relate to. I can't stand when I'm handling my business, okay, I'm handling.
Focus.
I'm focused.
You in the zone,
right?
It's a number.
Daydreaming on the toilet.
It's a number 2, and it is what it is. We all do it, right? Somebody comes in while you're handling your business. All you want to do is finish up what you're doing and get out of there.
Oh, no.
And somebody's standing there talking about, "Ooh, it stinks in here. It smells so bad in here." Like, so you mean to tell me your mess don't stink?
Right, it smells like roses.
People do that way too often. I don't understand what's the point in bringing that up.
I can't stand the ignorant people that do it in the elevator.
But you know what though? Also on a positive note, you can look at it as actually respiratory training.
Oh no, you did not.
You can train your lungs. Or you can see how long you can hold your breath, just in case if you need to actually do laps, and you plan on beating Michael Phelps in the Olympics and breaking his record or something. You may need to hold that breath underwater.
That's gross.
But it's a public restroom.
Yeah,
it's stinking here.
People act like it's not. You're not at home.
But it's not just the number 2. Also, sometimes it's the number 3.
What's the number three?
Both at the same time.
Oh,
everybody knows. Let me tell you, it's funny. Have you guys accidentally ever used? I went to Wawa, And I went in there, I had to do the number 2, and I'm sitting in there, and then I look over, and there's a little can on the wall that says personal napkins. I realized I was, dude. No, I wasn't going to touch it. I realized I was in the women's room. So then the woman comes in, and I'm like, oh my God. I was just embarrassed. And I actually got caught walking out there. I felt like a predator. It was gross. But when you see sanitary napkins on a thing, gentlemen, you're in the wrong stall. You're in the wrong bathroom.
How does that happen?
Yeah, well, it's good to talk about these things, people. We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys for hanging in there with us on this particular show.
Maybe a wild night at Vino's.
We're trying to shed some light to a lot of the serious topics out there, guys. This show is supposed to be a fun show for everybody. Like we did this evening, we touch on some pretty serious topics. The topics will constantly change because we are in a constant, ever evolving and changing society. Bear with us while we all stick together through these tough times.
Yeah, this is definitely a rough time, and so much bad things are happening right now. It's hard to be,
less distractions, more actions.
Right.
Get off that couch.
And we still have a couple minutes left for the show, Ashley. So if anybody would like to call in, is this a caller on the line here? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take. Am I saying your name right? Herv in Dundalk.
Herb in Dundalk, you're on the air, buddy. You there?
It was white people who, were in the dominant number and excluded black people.
Herb, are you there?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you, Herb. What were you saying now?
I'm saying that if I go in the black communities, I work a lot in black communities. I'm white. Well, you don't see the black communities necessarily want to include white people in what they do as far as building their communities. It seems like the talk is always on one side or the other. It's like, all right, well, we need to fix this. As an example, if I drive through west side of Baltimore, most of those buildings, you're not going to see a painting of a white person on any of those buildings. I mean, what are we telling the kids, that there are no white people who belong up there? I mean, is it all exclusively black? So it seems like at times that there needs to be more inclusion.
Okay, I mean, well, let me ask you this. So say you're living in an all-white community. Are you going to paint a black guy on the side of your wall?
Sure, why not? I have black heroes. Why not?
Okay, but I understand what you're saying, man. But you got to understand that the city, a lot of these kids and people are painting these murals are a lot of them are family members that were killed, and I'm sorry, but unless
Well, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, a lot of them are not family members. We can put our heads in the sand all you want, but the answer is not going to come as long as they're doing the same thing that white people did to black people. They're excluding a whole group of people.
Hey, Herb, I'd love to talk about this more.
Yeah,
please
we will.
Please call the show next week. Let's pick up where we're leaving off. We have to close this evening, Speak Your Mind Out. I'm going to take it to Jimmy Zane for the outro. Love you all out there.
Love you.
Great show. We will see you all next weekend, same time, same bat channel.
Hey, thanks a lot for listening to Speak Your Mind here on Talk Radio 680 WCBM. And again, we will see you guys next week. Thank you very much for sticking around, listening, and calling in. Until next time, see ya.
See ya.
Stay connected with stimulating talk and breaking news on Talk Radio 680 WCBM Baltimore and WCBM.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. The Dallas Police Department still on heightened alert after Thursday's murders of 5 officers. Officers on Saturday searching a police department garage for a suspicious person. The all clear was given later on.
Right now, I'm right across the street from the police headquarters. I can see the garage. I can see the officers in the parking lot there now resting casually against police vehicles, whereas before they were taking cover behind walls and trees and positioning themselves for the possibility of someone shooting at them. That no longer fortunately appears to be the case.
Fox's Rick Leventhal in Dallas. The gunman who ambushed and killed those Dallas officers studied at a self-defense school that advertises teaching various firearms tactics, including, quote, shooting on the move. A person who says he was in charge of the Academy of Combative Warrior Arts in suburban Richardson, Texas, telling the AP that Micah Johnson had studied there about 2 years ago. President Obama ending a trip to Europe early in order to visit Dallas in the wake of the Thursday shootings.
The president cutting short a visit to Spain. Instead of returning to the US late Monday, he'll now leave Sunday night. The White House saying the president has accepted an invitation from the mayor of Dallas to visit the city early next week.
That's Fox's Simon O. And it's also been a week of police protests around the country.
Tense situations on Friday, including in Rochester, New York, where 74 protesters were arrested for disorderly conduct. Police say that officers were surrounded by